Hello and welcome to AutoCAD 101. Today I'll be talking about the hatch command. The hatch command can be found in the draw window or the draw box on the ribbon. And with it you'll see gradient and boundary. These are all related. You can actually create a gradient directly through the hatch command. The first thing we need for the hatch command to work though is a border or a boundary. And by that we can have a circle, a rectangle, polyline, or even just regular lines. Type in BH, which is the boundary hatch or hatch shortcut, and pick an internal point, and we have a boundary hatch. Now, after you've clicked and created the hatch, you have a few options of manipulating it. You can change what kind of hatch you have. You can change the color. You can change the hatch type to a gradient, solid, or user-defined. Or you can select the pattern from here, from the list. There's a fairly good library of what you can change it to. Even again, you can change it to the gradients from here. And you see it changes here, and you can manipulate the two colors. Let's keep it a ANSI 31, which is the default. Normally, this will show up by default. You can change that angle. By default, this is, I think, a 45-degree angle, but you can change it to, if you add 45 to it, it'll be straight up and down, or negative 45 should be straight side to side, yeah, which is 315 degrees, or back to 0, which by default, like I said, this is a 45-degree angle. You can give it its own transparency, which we don't require, or set it by its layer, which is default. And here you can change the scale. You can either type in the box or use the little up and down arrows, and that will gradually, I think we're zoomed pretty far out, and that's why it's showing so small. Yeah, we're zoomed out. This is a 56-inch circle. So once you're out of the hatch command, if you want to modify a hatch, all you have to do is click on it, and this window should come up. And this is the hatch editor. So, boundary hatch again, pick an internal point, and this time let's use angle. Again, let's do a solid. And one more time, let's do this ANSI 32. Now, this won't work because this is not closed. So if I pick here, a closed boundary cannot be determined because there isn't one. So exit the boundary command. If I close those, now I can pick that point and have a closed boundary around our hatch. So if we also have, say, a few splines, offset, and maybe just some lines around them, I can also create a boundary hatch in this space. Once we have our hatches created, they can be moved beyond their boundaries, because when the hatch is created, it essentially recreates its boundaries, although they're invisible. When selected, you can see them again. And you can edit those boundaries as you could a polyline, or a circle in this case. They can stretch. You can pull the edges, which is still stretch, and the hatch will adjust while maintaining its pattern. It's not going to rotate when you move this if you pull these tabs out. If you rotate it, however, it will. So you typically don't want to rotate a hatch. If you have an object which you're going to rotate, you would want to rotate it first before you create the hatch. And then the hatch will show up properly. That's the hatch command. Thanks for watching, and good luck.